Grand evening, grand evening. Friday night. Temperature has fallen in the 50s. Very clear night, a little windy. It's very nice out here. Well, it's kind of too cool to feed my fish. They're eating a little bit, these large bluegill in aquaponic system #1. I came out here. I love coming out at night and looking at my bluegill fish in the light of the night. And since I'm out here, what I wanted to talk about is how we grow food. The way we grow food. The way we grow food is changing. It's changing. Me, myself, personally, I don't want, or nor do I need, to move out into rural America in the country on several acres of land to grow food. I don't need to do that. Because what I'm doing, as you can see, I'm using aquaponics to grow food. A lot of food in my suburban home, in my backyard. This is all I need. I don't need acreages and acreages and acreages. I don't need large, expensive diesel combustion tractors. I don't need that, nor do I want that. I don't want to have to deal with the cost of running a tractor, the maintenance if it breaks down. I've got away from using gasoline. That's the reason why I bought a Tesla. I don't want all the extra costs of growing food the old traditional way. I'm growing food using beautiful, nice hit. I'm growing food using more technology. As I get older, as we get older, I'm in my high 50s. A lot of us have medical problems. People have medical problems. People are disabled. They can't grow food the old-fashioned way. Lots of land, lots of labor, digging in the dirt, all that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, doing it that way. But there are also other ways you can grow food where you don't need to have to do all that. And that's one way is aquaponically. So as I get older, I become more of a minimalist. A minimalist. That means doing more for less. Doing more for less. That means growing a lot of more food in a smaller space. Saving tons of money. Not going broke. Going out here buying tons and tons of land that I'll never use. I will never use all that land. I already know that. The only reason why I buy land now is it's for an investment. It's not to build a farm on. I don't need to do that. I can grow lots of food right here in the suburbs in my backyard. So what I'm saying, people, is don't believe the hype. You don't need to go out and spend thousands of dollars out in rural America to buy land to survive. You don't need to do that. That's not the reality we're living in right now. It's not. I'm going to be honest with you. That's not the reality we're living in right now. Right now, interest rates are still high as heck. Property taxes going up. You have more farmers going broke because they can't afford the land they're on because of property taxes. The price of tractors have gone through the roof. I'm not even going to get into that. This is why I grow aquaponically. I don't need a tractor. I don't want a tractor. If I ever was to get a tractor, it will be all electric, one of the very small ones that you can stand on. I don't need a big diesel combustion, polluting, high mechanic costs, loud tractor. I don't, that ain't my style. So you don't need to go out and spend tons of money on rural land that you'll probably never even use to grow food. You can grow a ton of food in your backyard. You really can, people. You don't need to do all that anymore. It's 2026. Matter of fact, one of the biggest growing farming areas is urban farmers. That's right, I said it. Urban farmers are one of the largest growing farmers in the U.S. because urban farmers are growing using aquaponics on urban lots, in empty buildings, all that, using our technology, solar and all that. Urban farmers have figured it out. You don't need large lands to be a gardener. Not to be a gardener. If you want to be a farmer, if you want to be a real farmer and you're growing food for thousands of people, yes, you're going to need land. If you're going to be a real farmer and you're growing lots of soybean, corn, wheat, you're going to need some land. But they're figuring it out that you can grow that stuff in many ways in the city. I've seen all types of things happening. So I just want to keep y'all minds open. You don't need to go out, go broke, spend tons of money on land, way out in the middle of nowhere. And the reality is, most folks can't do that anyway. Most folks can't do that because most of you folks have jobs. You have jobs. You can't move out in the middle of nowhere because you have jobs. You have kids you have to raise. You want your kids to go to real nice schools and all that, and this and that. I can go on and on, but that's just my view of all of it. I'm putting another dimension in it to wake people up. You don't have to have tons of land. You don't have to go out and buy land and all that to have plenty of food. You can do that right in your backyard. You can grow fruit trees right in your backyard. Lots of them. I'm doing it. And that's all I have to say. I'm gonna head back in the house now. They're eating this food slowly, but they're eating it. Woo! That's a big one. That's a big bluegill. And I'm showing you, you don't have to have a lot of food, a lot of land to grow tons of food. I'm doing that. That's the reason why I started my YouTube channel to show there's all kind of ways you can grow food on where you are. Grow food wherever you are. Don't go wasting money, going broke, filing bankruptcy for 5 years down the road because you can't afford the land, you can't afford the big old tractors. You don't need all that stuff. Until next time, grow some food wherever you are, because ain't nobody is coming to save us. We gotta learn how to save ourselves.